Welcome back to the GLAC studio. I'm Gomati Sivasankaran and we are in class 6 of the Vijaya Lakshmi painting. It's one of the 8 forms of Lakshmi avatars that are known for all the positive propensities of life, and Vijaya refers to success. Yes, sure, short success this time, isn't it? So we are working on success. Amazing. So this success painting that we have chosen to do is that of a little girl, and we have been doing layers 1, 2, and 3, isn't it? So what we have done is that we did the basic wash on a canvas, and then we have moved on to doing planning and execution with grids on the canvas. Once we were done with that, we refined that idea with the help of colors, blocking, filling, just like the way kids would do. That was a flat layer. Then we had to just, use a little bit of dark versus light to show where things could be slightly dark and light. And that sort of is giving us an idea where things are. Fine, but it isn't close to, completion definitely. We have layers 4 and 5 to go. The layer 5 is what we are going to kickstart today, and layer 5 is going to be talking more into depth. Yeah, it's really into depth. We will work a lot into depth, meaning details will also follow through. So we will take it patiently, step by step, inch by inch, in moving in every single millimeter of the canvas really, and see how far we can grow this painting further. Yeah, and today we kickstart with the face and body color and details, and for that the colors that I will be using will be I have a standard set of colors ready with me. That is yellow ochre, primary yellow, and will have a little bit of white. I think I'm missing that. I will use that. I have crimson with me, crimson here, and vermilion with me. There is burnt umber and ivory black ready. So all these colors are already there in my palette. And I think I will just use that to play around. That's the color range that we had worked on in the previous layer as well. But last time when we did it, I think we tried to achieve close to 80% of where we want to go, and then when it was done, the focus was to get things right. Yeah, and I'm just checking if I have missed anything and something is wrong. I have few corrections that I'm looking at, because when you come back from a break between the layers, that's exactly what I also suggest to do. We get an idea on what exactly can be refined. There is a need to refine a tad bit here with the hands. This hand seems slightly off because all 4 fingers seems to be of the same size. See, mistakes happen, and we figure out how to resolve that. This hand looks too long, so the angle of the hand has to start somewhere here to match up. That's what I feel. So these are the corrections, and then we'll have to bring this hand slightly to the front, the focus, to hide this error. It could have been slightly behind. We can manage that now. So these are the corrections I can think of, and of course when I work on the face, what I have been doing is to try to get close to 80% of what we are looking for in the previous. Now we try to move that up, move that target slightly up towards taking it through to yeah, what do you want to take it through? 100%? Yes, that's always a good attempt. I will try my best, but let's see how far we go with it. We also have one more layer of detailing to go through. Yes. So that's also something we will do, and that is what I have in mind. Have the colors ready. I have the plan for the changes that I want to make. With respect to the face, I think I like it. I like it that she's just, having that slanty, you know, come on kind of a look. Not to have too much of, ego or something. Without ego, she's looking chilled out, and I really like that face structure, so I'm going to keep it like that. Mm, yeah, and the smile is absolutely awesome. I think we need to build on the smile. I have it, but she can smile a little more maybe. So all these things I am just thinking through, and then yeah, let's get on with it. With respect to the brushes, I'm going to stick to all small brushes only, because as you can see, that's going to be a lot of detailing we are talking about. I have brushes, one round and one flat. Brush numbers 1 round, 1 flat. Brush number 0, triple 0, and also a couple of micro brushes with me. I guess that will do for now. If I'm taking something else, I will let you know. Yes, that is the plan. Let me yes. So I'm going to mix the colors. I had mixed, so what I have is a mixed color, but I had mixed this for layer 5. Now you might ask me, what is the difference? The difference is that for the final layer, when I call it a final layer, the final layer is fat over lean. So I use a lot of oil, a lot of linseed oil, not that to the extent that it starts dripping down. So I hold it vertically to see if it drips down. So I have used a lot of oil, which isn't the right thing for layer 4. So I want to take out a little bit of what I have, save it, and then this is something, I just want to teach tricks and techniques that I do when I am, working on multiple paintings, and you have some colors left over, you want to use it. The tendency is that you want to use it, which is fine, because colors are costly. But at this time, we need to really take a judgment call, because this one, it's got too much oil. So I need to conserve a little bit of it and recreate the color one more time. Just because, the reason is I've got too much oil here. I'm taking yellow ochre. And I'm adding a little bit of crimson here to this to get a really nice pinky shade. Yeah, because I added some more paint, the oil is balancing out. I wanted to balance out a little further as well. I'm adding slightly primary yellow here. So I'm not touching this part of the thing that is really close to the color, but I don't want to take it because it's too much oil there. So be very sure, if you are reusing the paints, it is okay, but if you've already got too much oil, then maybe you'll have to take a call on what layer are you doing right now, and does it fit the bill. If it's a final layer, too much oil doesn't matter. But if you want to work on further layers, it's not a great idea that you have too much oil sitting on your canvas. So I'm taking some white. That is the color that I have right now. And one other important thing I want to say while mixing colors is that until such this time I might have you said, oh, mix titanium white here and there, and cover this up, cover the line up, cover that wrong line up, or cover the grid line up and such. And from now on, you will see me using less and less of titanium white, and trying to mix colors naturally as much as possible. The reason is white is an awesome color. Titanium white is very good, helpful, but going forward, when you're working on the details, it could really tone down the real color that you're working on. So you have to be very careful using it sporadically, not thrive on titanium white so much, too much, yeah. Try to build the natural colors here. Here I have this skin color that she has got in the darker sections of her body, and for the lighter section I'm adding a little more of white and having it. Can you see the tone difference between what I had previously and where I am going? Because it all looks similar when you look in a flash, but it isn't. Everything matters. I think I worked on another country, another culture, skin tone, so this worked. This one is, remember, she is American. So I've got the lighter skin tone now. Going to throw that in. So this is going to look similar to what we did in the previous layer, just for you to feel comfortable. I know this, I can nail this. So do this in the sections where light and dark, we know that game already, don't we? So let's do the lighter sections first really quick. And here I said I want to correct, so I'm just going to do this. I want to shift this angle slightly so it doesn't look that bad. I think I made a shading error. I'll explain it to you here. I have darkened in the wrong section and lightened the wrong section. I have some corrections to do. Yeah, which is going to help you learn also. So I have put in the lighter shades. Let's throw the darker shades in as well. In here, in the right close to the eye, and the nostrils, under the eye, cheek, wherever. Do that. Fill that out. In the hands. I'm not working on the fingers yet. I'm just doing whatever I can in the arms. Yeah, we'll come to the fingers a little later because we have quite a set of details to go over. And this time we will also have to work on the hair texture as well, including her baby hair in the front, yeah, because her forehead looks totally big now, and we know that we have to discuss that in the previous classes because that's how we show the skin tone and make sure the skin tone is there. Once the skin tone is arrived, then we can work on that as well. So we'll have a lot of detailing to work on right now. So so I'm just blending the shades a little bit here and there, but not going to work too much on it right away because I'm going to pick up tiny brushes to start working on some details. Yes, so right now I am taking a micro brush to start working on her eye color, and I remember seeing the eye color to be really close towards burnt umber and very less of black there. Taking a tad bit of black in the micro brush and blending it with the burnt umber. So it gets slightly dark but still on the burnt umber range. So you say that that's still on the brown range. Yeah, I'll keep that. And let's get started working on her eye first, the iris pupil section. Yeah, fill that in and then start doing the upper eye line. Ever so lightly with the same brush, the same color. The under eye line, I don't think we need to give it because it's totally thin. It might come, it might not. It's fine. Let's do the upper eye line only. Yeah? Okay, so we have that angle done. And now I will add the very thin stroke of her, eyelid. So it's hardly taking because I haven't taken color. Whatever is remaining in my zero brush is what is getting added here. So it's really not adding anything here. The color is shifting slightly because of what is there remaining in my brush. And of course the canvas is wet in that section. That's what's happening. I'll have a tissue ready with me. Taking a tad bit of the skin color again to blend it in. So we are working inch by inch now. So I'm taking the same darker shade and throwing it in those sections where I see possible, shades. I'm throwing it in directly here. Then under the eyebrows. I've not gone through the eyebrow yet. I'm just going to blend this in here. Look at this. Ever so lightly blend it in. Let the color blend with the skin color that we have created and create that angle. Under eye there is a very thin line that is, hardly visible, the under eye, what do you call, we don't have eye sogging and such. It's just that, she has, the smile is bringing in a little bit of flesh very close to her eye. Yeah? So I'm taking boldly a little bit of crimson now, and in this section where the cheek is, highlighted, I'm just going around. Yeah, okay, and I'm also throwing that in. I'm playing now. I've just, I've lost control. I'm enjoying it. So I'm just, that's a bad teacher. Sorry for that. I am actually throwing the crimson in some sections where I feel that I want to show blush. And I'm doing it really raw. I'm not mixing any color. I took tad bit of crimson in the tip of my micro brush and I threw it there and I'm just blending that in. You see, this is all a lot of experimenting, and you need to have fun with it. If you are totally serious about it, I have tried that also. It doesn't work. The more serious I am, somehow, I mess up also. I'm adding a little bit of titanium white again in using my micro brush in the sides where the highlights are. Can you see in the cheek? And also on the chin and such. So I'm just blending that also in here. So I will take a little bit of the burnt umber, where it's just going to be under the chin. I'm going to give that give that an angle here, and there is this the throat, because the way she is peeping there is this angle that is created in her throat that I want to in the neck area that I want to highlight as well. So I'm just trying to create those strokes first, and then using the skin color again, let's blend that over. So it shifts slightly, the color shifts slightly, but it doesn't look too odd as well. Yeah. Blending it in. Take a little more if you want of the burnt umber mixture that we used. I think it's coming out okay for now. There are minor errors that I could see, but we'll fix that as we go along. Okay, so let's work on the ears as well. I'm using the lighter skin tone for the ear here because the light is falling here. And the slightly darker skin tone that we used on this ear. So far so good. I'm just gonna use a trace of the skin color on top of the eyebrow to lighten it a little bit, because it looks totally dark. I need the lines to be visible, but not too much. Now I'm going to take the burnt umber, mix it with a slight bit of crimson, just like the way we did burnt umber black. And we do a tiny bit of crimson into that. It turns into a burnt umber that is really a cool color for the lip. I am going to use that for her lip now. Yeah, and remember I said I'm going to make the smile also slightly more catchy, so I'm going to try for that. Wish me luck. Yeah, slightly pushing that upwards. So let's make her smile a little more. There you go. I've got that, and I'm just going to do the underlip as well with the same color. It is darker, do not worry about it. Let's do that, and we will soon add a little bit of skin color to lighten in some places. And see the way the smile has to come. Yeah, slightly better. I'm going to wipe off because I need a bit of titanium white, which is totally whitey white for the teeth. It has to be pearl white, meaning add a tiny bit of yellow ochre or any color that will fit into the belt. So there you go. I have done that spacing. And now I'm going to go around the lip one more time. Yeah, let's add a tinge of black inside that lip area, the edges of it. Yeah, and I'm not going to do the teeth partition right away. I'll leave it for next layer. For now, I want to use a little bit of the skin color to go in the lip so it lightens up the lip. So I'm trying to avoid using titanium white directly. So I've just lightened up the lip here. Okay, and a little bit here. A thin lip, beautiful one though. So we have managed the lip. I'm going to use that burnt umber mixed with crimson for the angle of the cheek. Yes. Now you see, yeah. Yes. And then I'll try to blend it inside ever so lightly. Yeah. Under there is this slight little, dimple here, right underneath her lip. So I'm just creating that. Now I'm going to take a little stronger of the burnt umber to give another cool angle on her chin. We gave the lighter one. I think we are now going to go for the stronger shade now and go with that angle further down there. It will make a little more sense once we do the hair as well, so do not worry about it if you're also following exactly what I'm doing. Pulling the color down and such. Using the skin color here. Now I want to use that burnt umber a little bit to go over the eyebrows and look at it. I'm going to do what I'm doing is not painting any lines or curves. I'm dropping off dots like small little hair follicles or something, yeah, in the place where the eyebrow is to come. Makes sense? So now on we start working on the eyebrow detail in such a manner that it doesn't look like a perfect line. We just leave that space like that. Yes. Now I think we are ready to work on her hair. Bringing it down a little bit. Yes. Okay, so let's have a look at her hair. I think it's got burnt umber and the same eye color that we used. I'm going to take, before we get to the hair, I'm going to take a tiny bit of white and go right inside the eye. Just create that glow in the eye and leave it there. We'll work on the details when it comes to that, but right now, the look changes right now once we have worked on that. So let's do the hair and come back. Burnt umber, tiny bit of black was the combination that we used for her eye color. I think I will stick to the same logic with a zero brush, and I'll work on first of all the bunch of stroke that is going towards her the upper side of the head. That will not be seen because we have a tiara or crown that she will be wearing. So I'm only doing the darker sides there. And this is the bunch of hair that is coming up here towards her forehead, or rather pulled up, or in an attempt to be pulled up, but she's played around and made a mess of it. And we decided to give her a little more of fluffy hairline behind. That's why I remember that we gave her this. So I'm just gonna fill that also here, and then we can start working on some details. All right, so okay, so now the forehead logic has to be fixed to have some baby hairs. So I'm going to do the same color, and we'll have a lighter tonality also going there. So look at this, I'm just starting in the place where I left off, and I'm pulling up some hair going towards the forehead. I'm using the same zero brush, pulling it up and taking curves of it, because some of the hair is just going in circles up and down and such. So I'm doing that, and the skin color is mixing. I'm not worried about it. I can control it, or I can wipe it off. And I really want the color to really shift the tonality of the hair also, because it is doing it. Oh, the look changes the moment we start putting the baby hair. Can you see? This is the magic of baby hair. We are not going for the ones behind, the bigger ones, because I think the background needs a rework when we come to the details of it. That's why I'm not adding up more hair structures, but I can say that we will work on the background a bit. Adding some more hair structures here. So I'm only using the same burnt umber, and it is blending with the skin tone here. I'm not worried about it too much. I'm just going on adding some strokes there. Yes. Cool. Now I need a slightly lighter tonality of the burnt umber, but I don't want the tonality to shift too much also. I'm taking Crimson Boldly, the one that we used for her lip line, ever so lightly taking it along with burnt umber. So it's going to create a beautiful range of hair structure the moment we add it here. Yes. And now I'm going to move to the micro brush for further detailing. Some strong burnt umber or black strokes now. So it's going to be burnt umber and black. Some strong strokes now. We will work on this again in the next layer, but we want to do as much as we can this time, because that's when we are able to finalize how the face is going to look. So we're going to do that. If you're finding this a little overwhelming, take a pause, take a break, and do it step by step. I'm going to add a tiny bit of black around that section where the face is ending and the neckline is coming, the hair back of her right behind her neck. I'm just adding that darkness there, leaving it aside. So I guess we have the overall structure here. There are a few things to be adjusted, which comes in a short while now. Now I wipe off this brush really clean, because we're going to go and work on the face as well. So I'm taking first of all, I want to start with the nostrils, and I am wiping off the brush clean, taking crimson boldly, and I want to use that crimson to build up the nostril area ever so lightly here. It looks funny, but we are going to blend that in as well. Yes, it's a tiny area. The nose looks totally pinky, so you take that pink to throw it in the nose, and also on the nose bridge and such, because those are the places where it is really blushy. Take a little bit of skin color to blend it in, balance it, and slowly you will see that it is turning into her nostril. There you go. It shifts. It is a little too pinky there. I like it, but we need to tone it down ever so lightly. Not too much, ever so lightly. I'm going to take titanium white on the tip of her nose, the nose bridge, under the eye, the cheek, under the eyebrow, on the forehead. Everything, whatever I'm using, is just a little bit that I took from a micro brush. And the chin. The cheek is getting it. This cheek is getting it, yes. I guess we have enough to start blending, and I do that only using the same micro brush. It is a slow process. If you want to speed up, you can take a bigger brush, but also you need to feel control in your hands. Micro brush might slow you down, I agree, but at the same time you might have a little more of control, and yeah, there isn't much of a space that you would have reached, so if something goes wrong then you know where to stop also. Mm-hmm. Yes, I guess we have the shape of her face defined, slightly better. I'm wiping off the brush clean again, micro brush, same micro brush. I'm giving a little bit of the white highlight, titanium white highlight on her chin here. That's where the light is catching. And I'm blending that in as well. On her ear, just close to where the earring is, maybe there is some more light, so I'm adding that. And in this ear as well, a little bit of light, that's not too much. And I'm going to add a little bit of crimson boldly into this section of the ear, that one also. A little bit of burnt umber as well here to darken it. Everything is, really minute. You cannot see a thing. Sometimes, it feels like, does it really matter, all these minute lines? But when you come out of it and look at the picture as such, then you will see, yeah, it makes sense. I'm going to enhance a little more of her eyelids, adding a little more of the burnt umber. And then I'm adding the skin color, the lighter tonality, in front to give that view. Here as well. I'm not working on her eyelashes. There are eyelashes you can see, but not yet. Adding a tad bit of titanium white to her upper lip area here. That's where it's catching light. This area catches a little bit of light, but it has some blush also. So I'm going to add, crimson to play around. Yes. Light catching on the side here of her face. I added a little bit of, minute bit of titanium white, and I'm blending that in here. Yes. The chin is a double chin. I think we talked about it maybe in our previous layer. So just, and it isn't visible so clearly, but it is there. It's an integral detail. I like it, so I want to. Now I'm darkening a little bit on the neck using burnt umber. The color looks dull on the neck, which has to be adjusted. So we add because we added a bit of burnt umber here and we showed those strokes and such, we need to use a little bit of skin tone to go around the sections where it isn't dark, and then take maybe a little bit of titanium white to highlight this in the sections, not too much but also lightly, and maybe crimson also helps because the blush is actually shown ever so lightly in her neck as well. It's so intricate, you know, you cannot see it so much, but just add it there with the micro brush. Then I think we have her neckline done, and I've added a few more strokes of her, you know, baby hair as well. I've not done the curves though, not that much, a slight bit of it but not too much. Anyways, the colors are really young here, so it's not that much. Let's leave it there and let's move on to her hands, working on the contours of her hands and the fingers as well. Yes, so the fingers, okay, I'm going to switch to the zero brush and I will take a little bit of crimson first because the kind of blush that we have created, I want it to show in the hands, so I'm just going to boldly and then we'll blend it over. Adding some more of the skin color and blending that in nicely. Then I'm going to use that slightly darker tonality that we created for her shades in the body to go for the fingers. Filling in the fingers really quick. It's almost the same color that we had used previously, so it's really helping. Okay, this hand I wanted to adjust a little bit here. Checking if I can show you everything. Yes, it's working. I think I need to take this away now. To work on the remaining sections of skin tones, which means the hands. And the fingers. And now this hand, I remember saying that I need to adjust it a little bit, so I'm just going to make sure that the lengths of yeah, the fingers are appropriate. I think this is better now. kind of adjusted, and I think I have filled them in now, blended them in a little bit with the crimson mixture, ready for a little bit of contouring and bringing her in. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to move into using what we did with the lip color was the burnt umber and crimson. So I'm going to take that combination burnt umber crimson to do the contour. Let me fix the contours in the areas where I have corrections to work on. Yeah, so that's exactly where the arm is going to come. This angle is right. Doing the contours almost the same way that we did in our previous layer. But very soon again we will switch to working a little bit more into the details of it as well. Here I said, yeah, I need to work on this arm because somehow something did not look right here, and I have to, yeah, this I have. Now it feels kind of adjusted here. Yes. 2 arms contouring, 3 arms contouring done. Also remember the shades around the bangle area. Quickly work on the contouring and then let's start blending as well, yeah? So this is a beautiful color that we created for the lip, and that was, you know, burnt umber and crimson put together. It might not be the exact color that we saw in her, you know, the face, but this works for now, and we can build this and tone this down or up when we need it, and yeah. Now I have just a couple of hands to work on. This hand needed the adjustment, so it's coming there, and I wanted to show the fingers only because you don't see much of this hand. The other hand comes up here. The angle needs to be fixed here. Done. That's exactly where it is. And the hand, the fingers, somewhere something had to be adjusted a little bit. Yeah. Done. This angle is fine, contours are fine, the length of the finger adjusted a bit. I think I did adjust it even in the previous. So I have, and in between fingers you will also see that there is this, you know, slight little spacing that you can give right away if you want. We'll work on further details as well. So right now we are going to blend this in the same way that we blended things. Wipe off the brush if you have too much of color in it, because we did use a lot. start blending things in and know where to add lighter tonality and darker tonality. So I'm just doing the blending on both sides of the arm, yeah, and in the place where I want the light to fall, I take a little bit of titanium white and shade it right away. So that's the lighter tonality, the light falling on the arm. Very tiny bit of it. Skin color will help if you want to add skin color here to guide it, to blend it and such. Darkening it in some places. Yeah, this works. Doing the same thing here as well on the other arm. And remember shading the space where the bangles are. So lightening up skin tones and highlighting with a bit of titanium white in sections where the finger could, or the thumbs could get some highlights. Pushing it down a little bit so I can reach. Yeah, right there, right there, right there, yes. I'm jumping around with the shading between those, so many of those hands, but I'm just, lightening up things also in places where the color has to show up. Titanium white is helping, but it is also a dangerous color. I'm aware of it because some of them really, some area it is dulled down. I'm going to do something here because I think the angle of the hand is looking like the hand is slightly bigger here. Just gonna, I'm knocking it off using crimson and adding white there so it becomes a part of the background. It's really hard for me to see with an adjusted line. This arm angle looks fine. Yeah, it is matching to the arm angles that we have. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to do. So sometimes I do the corrections like this. Corrections with white also helps. Here I I go back to taking in a little bit of the burnt umber to shade the contour. Yeah. Much better. And I'm looking at blending in colors here as well in the fingers. Even in the fingers, if you say it's very difficult to blend in, try to add the highlights of skin color in the places where you want to show some light. It will start coming, you know. Slowly, steadily, you'll see that it is getting blended in and mixed, and the shade is starting to appear. Yeah, I guess I have kind of done the lighter shades, the darker shades. Can go around a little bit more here, blending them in nicely. Nearly there, nearly there. Just taking a look at it and seeing how far the hand and the shine in the hand and the you know, the tonalities here in the hands versus the face matches. There are some strong light shadows that are creating, you know, the depth is there, but the white shadows are missing. And I can see that I could build that here in some sections. So planted in that. I think I'm going to make a stop with this, you know, highlighting here in the layer 4. I wanted this angle to be fixed also, which means there is another unwanted angle there that has to be fixed. See? So I guess let's make a stop with this session, and we seem to have kind of, you know, enhanced the depth in her face and her eyes and nose and yeah, the smile of her skin tone, her hands and such. We will make a stop here, and then in the next session we'll continue building on such a detail in the other elements, as well. And then to the last, we will also work on jewelry in a separate class as well, because there's going to be a lot on jewelry which is going to come up as well. Yeah. So let's take a break and meet up in the next session for further detailing. Happy detailing, and until we meet in the next class, stay blessed, stay happy, stay healthy, stay motivated. Let's meet up and ensure success. Thank you. Bye bye.